Welcome back. We're here to do the super chats. I just love reading the commentary. I'm just reading the screen. If you have noticed, I've written the list several times. Um, it's been one of those mornings, and I did also forget that we did pull additional cards in the previous video, and I didn't read them. So it must be relevant because I said it was an additional message. So if you have transitioned from the twin flame joint connection to here, we did have 3 cards. They were Abraham Hicks cards. So I'm going to quickly read them. We're going to do punchy reads this morning. And it was funny. The members were going, do we have lives this morning? And I'm going, oh, crap. Honestly, the last few weeks, I have literally felt like I have been dragged through a bush backwards, trying to balance both worlds, literally loving my pillow so much. It became my best friend. It was like, hi, pillow. Long time no see. Literally coming home, doing content, going to bed, waking up again at 3:30 a.m. It was like insane. So yes, I have felt very tired. So what are the cards saying? Oh, heck. Okay. Okay, deep down, we psychologically know we're in 2 worlds. In one way, we are kind of thinking we're cursed. And the next way, we psychologically, realistically know that it's a little bit like an eye of the needle through a storm. You know, on the other side of it, it's just going to work out, right? But in the meantime, you could be thinking of both of these polarities. It's almost like, why is everything going wrong? Everything is always working out for me. I can replace false premises with law-based premises, but it feels as though you're trying to get out of your funk. You're trying to get to the point that we all collectively are trying to go, it is going to be okay, right? It is going to be fine. Now, what is at the heart of this? My imagination attracts cooperative relationships. This did come up in the twin flame readings for the masculine, feminine, and karmic. And I definitely have been seeing through the feminine energies in society. We have been going through the ringer. It is a Venus retrograde. We're probably up in our heads. We're probably like, I am, you're going to go from being really bold to being really shitty and really sort of like, why is this happening to me? It's okay. There's a lot of pressure. J-Lo also has been coming up quite a bit for me psychically, probably because she's a Leo. And, you just look at her transformation over the years and how she really pushes herself. I don't know how I stumbled across, it was a video and it was of her, I think it was Hustler, the movie, and her doing the pole dancing and really pushing herself to actually learn this craft. And, hats off to the woman. I'm looking at it going, yes, do I push myself that way to step outside the box? 100%. So we may not be really, we could be 2-3D at the moment in the thick of our personal lives. That we're unable to imagine solutions. We're unable to see possibilities or creativity. And it can be that our creativity is stifled. The other message I was getting for the collective energy, especially if you do tend to find your creativity is really hitting a snag, could be because you're fatigued or unmotivated. Again, it's getting enough rest, drinking enough fluid, and dancing. Moving that middle energy is going to help you actually get that. The moons have been directly impacting us and making us defiant. I know that the shadow energy of Aquarius is Leo. We're having a Leo moon. They're super moon energies, which are quite big, which I did mention in some of my predictions to my coaching sessions and my members that there could be earthquakes, weather, power outages. We did have power outages in Perth. Possibilities. Again, it depends on the country's astrology. But again, collectively, we can have that now. So getting your vibration, any placement of Virgo usually relates to wellness. We can see doctors, nurses, hospitals. So it would be, how am I being mindful to be able to be in my vortex and go that it is going to work out. I'm not cursed. Good and bad things to happen to good and bad people. I am trying to get out of my own way. There could be a blockage in my path that maybe I need to address. I didn't really want to, but now I'm really going to have to. you can ask your guides for assistance, especially if you are seeing the ones. I've had massive downloads towards the ones lately, due to the fact that sometimes it's a little bit like a carpenter having specs of a plan, of a design they're going to make, and they physically are like, right, I've got the design, I've got the wood, I'm going to be making it, I have the skills, but I don't have the tools. And universe is like, okay, now that you've decided, accepted, acknowledged, now we're going to bring those things to you so that you could, so it can sort of be like you're pixelated, something's missing. And acknowledging that is okay, but then releasing it is required so universe can intervene and bring those tools to you. Okay. So let's see who we have. I haven't heard from Giggle. She's MIA. She may turn up later. So whoever wants to do moderating is dibs. Where do I have the list? I wrote it 3 times because I had to keep going back in between both apps. So we have, so far this is what I've got. And I really don't like that bubble. So we're going to go back into branding because I'm a square. I'm just a square. What can I say? I mean, I'm even down for changing the color. It's Venus, right? So we'll go that. It looks a bit prettier. The 1s and the 4s. Yeah, the 1-400. Okay, so we have Cosmic Journey. I didn't put the full name. I'm being micromanaging things at the moment. I can't say micromanaging because that would be like really organized. I have caught up on the star signs though. Have you seen these star signs? I didn't put them on my podcast. They're probably thinking, where the hell is she? What has happened to her? I have 2 jobs now. We have lots of goals this year to achieve, and I'm sure every zodiac sign does. And so we're trying to find creative ways to be in that Aries energy to achieve those goals. It's a short-term pain for a long-term gain. So are you willing to have short-term pain for a long-term gain? You're here and you're awake for it. You straight in there. I was like, I'll try and get here early. I've crammed this morning. I've done the members twin flame videos pre-release. Thank you, Lois. You're a godsend. I don't know where Giggle is probably dealing with her twin. And yes, we are having a lot of unions. I have had actually a lot of members actually moving into communication and union. So far over, oh, look, there was a snag point in the twin flame path, and that was during their Phoenix Rising, which was pretty much from the Great Conjunction, we would say from 2020 onwards, there's been a mass transformation. This is the year you are going to see movement. So those of you that did go into communication, if you were in communication, it's a compliment. You might not feel so. You could be a little bit like, you know, this has got knobs on it. I think you're on the list. Where is it? I swear I put you on there. Or did I send it to Giggle and not write it here? Let me double check. I'll pull the cards anyway. We are going to get cap locks off. See, I'm usually more organized, but, you know, we have Mercury going retrograde this month, and I'm like, oh, look, the main transits I really do not like, and my aspects in my chart actually show that the busiest time for me is Mercury retrograde. It's like, winning. I must be a glutton for punishment. It's like, let Mercury go retrograde. So we have, I'll rat it off, Cosmic Journey, Kerry, Erica, Dawn, Christine, Marie, Tracy, Lois, and Donovan. Okay. Was that any help? So we have Let me go back. We have it'll be 5 seconds. I'll just bear with my BS. Cosmic Journey. Co- Cosmic Journey. Kerry. Erica, Dawn, Christine. I'm probably saying it wrong. Forgive me. This is the hell I go through each time we do these super chats. And I was having 2 PayPals as well. Marie. So Dawn, Christine, Marie. Marie. Yeah, I know, and I keep getting it wrong, girl. um, Tracy, Lois. And it's the first week we've actually got the super chat PayPal link correct. And then Don Scorpio. Is that correct? And then, yeah, Chris and Don Scorpio. Okay. Chris, then Don Scorpio. So you've got what I've done there. Just add Chris before Don Scorpio, and I think we've got it right. Lois, take over. I can't be trusted. Look, at least we've had some therapy with comedy of how all the divine feminines are losing their Barney. Mm-hmm. Yep, I have my ritual in the morning, which is please have your coffee because it's the only thing that's going to get you through your day. I have been drinking less coffee. I'm having my short black. I only have one a day. And then I've been having I have not been having lunch. No. Not getting up and down a truck. So you now effectively have a truck driver, astrologer, psychic medium, soul coach, twin flame. That's what you have now. So a and a pet owner. Oh, 2 chickens, a dog, and a cat. And the dog is a puppy. Let's see what's coming through for Amy. Amy, gosh, your energy's on fire today. Whew, I don't know. I feel you've gone to another level. Amy, Kerry, Erica, Dawn, Christine, Marie, Tracy, Lois, Kriston. It appears to be. It appears to be. Okay, so you've got the Queen of Cups, and I just think at the moment that you've gone up a level. I feel that you have gone to this next level that feels very intuitive. You're feeling your feelings. You also could be getting some psychic downloads from your loved one on the other side. Okay, I'm speaking in code. They are guiding you through a rebirth, but I definitely feel you're in a very strong energy point. You may not be feeling that you're strong, but you can definitely be feeling super amped at times. But I just feel this huge rebirth for you. I feel this huge change that's coming in you, and it's very assertive and it really knows what it wants. This also can be coming through to your twin where they're almost like meeting a new vibration of you, if that makes sense. And I think they are finding it quite attractive. They're just a little bit worried. That's what I'll say. They're a little bit worried. They're like, whoa, who's this person? It's not it's not bad. They're not feeling it to be bad. They're just noticing that you have changed and you know what you want and you're going for it. This strength energy is going to come through you in the next few weeks. Now I've got to put Yildiz up on the big screen. Good God, let's get the hair down so you can't see the face. There's acne. There's there's wrinkles. I'll point it out for you, Lois. Yeah. Okay, so you have the Queen of Cups. How you feel now is not how you're going to feel in a week. Because what I'm picking up on is your future vibration. It's very determined. It's like, where you feel that you've gone backwards, where you feel that you have run out of time or haven't got those tasks done that you wanted to achieve. I feel your vibration is almost like going to be smacked out of it. And it's like, right, I've got to get these things done. I'm getting on top of this. Sometimes it also can be that you're very susceptible to energy. So you have to be careful tuning into the karmic, tuning into people maybe that are really going through a hard time, because what can happen is it's going to zap your vibration. You will need to look after your wellness because you can be very susceptible to energy at this point, especially through your crown. It can come down to dehydration, headaches, vision blurred. It's so funny. The TV is 5 seconds faster. It's probably in sync. It's always the way. I used to notice that. While your twin has been busy, you're looking at your ambition now. But some of that, it's almost like there is an element for you that has almost changed. It almost feels as though maybe career has become a priority to you, but you're looking at the reason why it's becoming a priority. And the second thing is, I feel it's almost like you're trying to protect yourself. You're like, and that again can be psychic. If you intuitively have felt that frequency of penny little, the sky's falling down, I feel your guides are trying to prepare you to set you up so that you have a stable footing over the next maybe 2 to 3 years. But it's like something pending, something coming. You're trying to create that structure to ease the situation with your twin flame path. There could be a circumstance of a heart-to-heart that you're going to have with them in relationship to their family. And I don't feel you really delve deep into it. But it feels as though it's going to be a candid conversation. You're not like, we had a conundrum and it was just working out who was who and where was where for all the super chats. And if I have missed anyone, just say so. Just tell me, Yildiz, you messed up. If you hadn't dealt with everything from a passed over loved one, this can be a time that it's coming back on the table to be readdressed. But I feel it's almost like you are going to be set up in a very good way. It's almost like where there was a problem, there's going to be a solution. That can be on the monetary side of things. This also can be a time where, look, everything in your twin is very loving, very positive towards you. I do feel they're going to be quite perplexed at your vibration and that water's coming up with you, because you feel that something's got to give. You feel that something's got to change. You're still feeling very patient with it. But you're quite self-focused, which is a positive thing. The goal is still there. The road is still there. It just feels like it's coming closer. That's how it's coming through to me. Are they tired of feeling like they're working towards a goal, but they're not quite getting there? I feel they're feeling that. I feel they're feeling quite frustrated. Oh, okay. I'll do yours next then. I wasn't sure if that was this week or last week. So I'll do hers next, and then she's back on track, because she would have been first on the list. So, Cosmic Journey, I feel they're bored with life. I feel they do fantasize about you, fantasize about the future. They do want that, but there's something in their way at this point that they're actually getting angry with, and they feel it needs addressing. Yeah, I'd be ready for a big conversation. Do they know what the karmic's like? They do frankly know what the karmic's like, but there's something in them that's shifting at this point, and I feel it's almost an urgency. There's a little bit of sorrow here in the heart, not relating to the karmic. I think it's almost like, when our soul is crying for ourselves. How do I put it? Where you acknowledge the fact that something has been a very difficult circumstance, and it's almost like your soul is speaking to yourself, and it's saying, "Hey, this is hard, man. Why are we putting ourselves through this circumstance?" And it's acknowledging the exhaustion, the frustration, the empathy. I don't even feel empathy's there anymore. And I don't, it's not that empathy is a good or a bad thing. It's not that this person's coming through as a narcissist or anything like that. I just feel they're feeling very loving towards their own personal goals. And I do feel with the North Node in Aries for the masculines, even though Divine Feminine is going through a change at this point collectively, not just for twin flames, but collectively, there is also a circumstance inside male energies that is changing and evolving in their own inner emotions of what their own personal needs are. So I feel this to be a very positive time of transformation collectively, but definitely for your read, I would say be really ready. Decipher between just cut to the chase. So if you're going to have a major conversation of any description, the advice card is, you could be thinking, oh, this person's going to think I'm manipulating them or pressuring them. No, I'm really not getting that. I think if you're just so matter of fact, I feel it will land better. But I feel this is a conversation potentially they're going to have. I mean, I do feel your twin is aware of the karmic's vibration, that they are quite manipulative. So they will take a tactical approach. I hope that lands this week. I do feel your energy is going to pick up. I feel you're going to be super motivated. There are some goals that you're wanting to achieve here. And I feel subconsciously trust your instincts because your instincts are guiding you correctly. If you've needed to rest and recover, just really listen to your body. It's going to show you what is manageable. And I think sometimes when we get stuck and we're not able to persevere in our life with a certain area, sometimes it ends up being a blessing in disguise because it during the waiting and the resting and the hermit time, it actually helps us become more productive and we achieve more, but it also shows us solutions to some of the problems. I don't find your read to be negative at all, Cosmic Journey. I think it's quite positive, but I do think you could be at a turning point within the journey. Now we're going to do Shazza. I'll just, don't bother putting the name. I'll just do it now. What would you like to look at, my love? Oh, you're already on it, Lois. Look at that. Golden star. I hope you're finding me entertaining, Lois, today. So what do we have? Do you have a particular... That's okay, Cosmic Journey. Most welcome, love. Look after your vibe. But yeah, lots of creativity. I do think you're going to be very productive. Just pace yourself. We've got Mars and Virgo at the moment. It can be giving us a bit of a, but Mercury also is going to retrograde. So it'll be a good time for you to actually reflect upon actions, words, thoughts, what way you're going, how you're implementing things. It's going to help you structure your routine, diet, nutrition, thoughts, feelings, and it's just going to be very nostalgic. So if you're aware of that as you're going through the transits, you're not really going to personalize it. You know what I mean? But you'll be ready for a routine change. I can tell you that now. Okay. Shazza, what's your question? Nothing, just general, just whatever's coming in. You got the Eight of Swords, and I don't find your vibe. Yeah, could you have been down? You could have been. Is your vibe feeling that? Yeah, not complete. Yeah, it is. It's feeling down. You were first, actually. So you were first on the list, so we're doing yours now. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. Have you had moments of down? I do feel so. Could this be something coming? Maybe. Do I feel it's your energy? I do, actually. I do. Doesn't mean to say, you could be like optimistic, moving your energy forward. But there's something at the moment you're kind of stuck in your head with. You're like, how do I look at this? Could it be that you are observing this person and you're like having empathy and worry for them? I do feel so. But it could have been due to something that was playing out, over the last few weeks. You're quite perplexed. It's like, how do I look at this? Okay, where's theirs? Oh, yeah, they're definitely okay. Something's going to happen to contradict the energy of what you're feeling, but I still want you to trust it. I always get some weird messages, but, they're going to land where they're going to land. Now, all the top right, I feel, is your attitude and approach to the circumstance. And it also can be advice to the approach of the circumstance. It's all positive. You are focused on, you're a powerful energy. You're intuitive. You have boundaries. And it's who you are. You've grown, evolved, and transformed. And it's attractive. And this person finds that beautiful. It also may need to be a tactical approach that you deal with the circumstance this week with your twin, because what they're going through may contradict everything your intuition was saying. So how can that look? This could be a time where you firmly believe that they are ending a karmic cycle and it's feeling very confident, very cemented. It also could do a 180, but it's going to be very temporary. And it's not that your intuition isn't guiding you correctly. It's that this person is second guessing themselves, but they will go back for clarity, and the clarity will show them that effectively it is something they do not want. So they're in a, could you say ejection stage? Exit stage. Yeah, well, look, the moon in Aquarius was to do with us versus groups. So with Venus retrograde, Mercury in Virgo, very critical, people's vibrations, very fatigued, Neptune retrograde, Saturn retrograde, all makes us very unmotivated. And so it's almost like we're going to have tunnel vision with the goals to deal with them, but also be aware that collectively everyone's going to be feeling it. So, if you're in a pocket group of people, be it it's a social event, things are going to go to extremes. And we do need to look after our safety, especially in groups. Would I go on a fun ride right now with Venus retrograde and Leo? Hell to the no. I would not. Hell to the no. Just Venus retrograde, no. Do not do it. Be aware of your safety. Be aware of your surroundings. Going out on the town. Make sure that drink has come from the bar directly to you, has not swapped other people's hands. Be in your awareness. Because it's one of those times between now and October, you don't want to mess with that. This person does look like they are ready to exit stage, but the one message they're very firmly giving me to give to you is that they could shift energy-wise, and you could be like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, and then they can shift back. So they are very attracted to you this week, but I think because that's rising in them, it's going to make them go back to a comfort zone and retreat for a bit, but then they're coming back out. And it's more to do with them than anyone else. Do you know what I mean? It's more to do with the fact that you're witnessing a rebirth with a human being, of them coming to an acceptance of what they actually want in their own personal life, not feeling guilty for saying, hey, this is what's going to serve me best. Does that make sense? There could be a party that you're going to. This could signature. Now, if it's a party, a birthday, an anniversary, a social event, there is something coming up. It is usually, I use these as key points, stamp points for when this is going to play out. So if you have a social event that is coming up, so going out to dinner, birthday, one of those events, this is the date they are making reference to that this is going to play out. I hope that helps. Yeah, be careful. This person may make a pass at you. It could come out of nowhere. And you're like, whoa, wow, where did that happen? How did that happen? Very I don't feel this person's a shifty person. I feel it's just, it shifts very quickly, if that makes sense. Pull them up. Enjoy. You're in a good place in your life, though. You could you be going up a level at work? Possibly. But you're in that magician energy. You're in that magician energy. You are going to be very susceptible. Whenever I'm seeing the psychic card, especially with these transits, the first thing I pick is being very susceptible to energy. So notice behavioral patterns that do change in you. It can be due to the people that you're around, and flush with liquids. You can use crystals to protect yourself, but just be acutely aware of it. Okay? I hope that helps. Deep breath in, deep breath out. But yeah, does feel like that individual is going through a big change at the moment. They're freaking themselves out. Can I? Thank you, Lois. You're a lifesaver. So, should we have a wager? What's Giggle up to? Are you being good, Giggle? Are you behaving? She'll probably tell me she fell asleep, and I'm like, yeah. I've got to add some comedy in for her when she rewatches this. Yeah, we believe you. Carrie, energy check-in. Are we having a good night wherever you are? What time is it in your hemisphere of the world all? Here it is 10:10, bloody ones. I wish they'd pee off. Yes, I know that we are starting. It's the full card. I'm telling you, it's going from the 0 to the 1 is like the full card. And we're like, now that we're here, what do we do now? What do we do now? Yeah, and I literally, on Friday, I went past in the truck. I'm not joking. I have been saying the numbers again, especially for those of us that are in union. We are going through a change as well. And I'm like, oh, God, what's this chapter going to bring? So those of you that do end up reconciling, don't think your ascension path's over. It never is. You're always shifting. It's just different. It's different. You dropped out. Well, you can drop back in now. Hey, girl. How's your weekend going? Have you done that room, Kerry? Have you created your temple and your paradise? I'm going to be calling your mum and saying, you know what? You need to kick her in the butt. You know, get her in there, make her a zen space. Your brother would be on my side too. He'd be like, yeah, Yildiz, tell her. You need your nice... look, I even left a candle on last night. Idiot. It's all a protected area. I would never place it somewhere that could be problematic, but it'd just go out. That's what it'd do. So, I'll pull the cards. We'll see the context of what's coming through. Doing the room now. Good. I'm happy to hear that. You need your zen space, woman. I'm telling you. You need your zen space. It creates grounding. And then when we feel grounded, we're able to be the most productive we can be because we feel safe, we feel connected, we feel present, and we're able to function because it's going up levels. But it's imagine trying to function on a faulty footing. It's like earthquake. Yeah, I'm making a pavlova and it's really straight. No. Must have the footings. Footings first. Then you go, to the using your being more in a powerful position, being in a creative position. You go up the levels. I'm excited but tired. I would not know one person who's not tired right now. And if somebody in here is not tired, I'm shocked. Okay. You are, but you're not worried about the creativity of manifestation. This can be wealth of abundance. You are, but you're not. You know what I mean? You know what a thing is, but you know what you can do. So it's there. Is it coming up for you again and again? It is, but you're trying to keep productive and letting it go. Back of your mind could be home. You're thinking of home. You're trusting your instincts, what the solution is. You're accepting where you are. You're building from where you are. I feel towards your twin, you are sort of sensing there's going to be some things that go down for that person. Could you both be going through a similar transition? Yes, one with a connection, one without, if that makes sense. So in your life, you could be going through changes of location, environment, acceptance, feeling foreign, changes of jobs, looking at the status quo of wealth and trying to recreate that footing. Both of you were thinking about each other in the back of your minds, but there is this kind of fogginess that you're moving through. When you do move, how do I put it? It's almost like you're going to be really, really focused on rebuilding the confidence and going, I'm in the powerhouse here. And I think both of you are spiritually going through that. You are firmly believing this person is sitting pretty like I could use the Aussie kind of metaphors, but I think I better not on YouTube because we can be straight to the point, right? We can just be like, this person feels like you feel they're sitting pretty. You feel they're in the bliss of their life. Any Leos in the house? Please explain to Kerry it's not feeling blissful right now for you, because Leos will not be feeling that this is a blissful time. They're changing. They're changing, but they're having revelations inside their life. It's like a rebirth for them. Okay, there you go. We have confirmation from a Leo in the house. So this, what we don't see, we kind of co-create in our mind and presume. But it doesn't mean to say that it's a bed of roses, right? It's actually polar opposite. Yeah. You miss the person they used to be. I'm sure that, they also are missing the person they used to be. They were very goal-orientated. They were very vivacious. There could be a link to their birthday coming up. There's a celebration. This could have already passed. Something towards a party, something towards a celebration. You still maybe, how do I put it? You are thinking about the children. Sometimes you're questioning whether you're being naive with your observation of all the things that surrounded that circumstance. There you go. Be open-minded. Doesn't mean to say because they party, because what can come up is, I recall going into separation, being on YouTube, doing live reads, and, I was like, to the point, I wouldn't promote anything about my life on media. To me, whomever that person was that was going to choose to be in my life, they needed to be in my life to know what the hell was going on. Otherwise, it was none of their beeswax. So I wasn't one of those individuals that was posting crap on social media as propaganda to manipulate the situation. If anything, it was the polar opposite. I wanted to have a very real life. I didn't want to have a propagated narrative that was TikTok. Okay. And by no means am I, shading a platform. It was more what I wanted to physically live. And it was more an internal compass was I want to be the most authentic version of myself with how much do I give and how much do I not. And so, what I was physically choosing to put on my social media profile, which could at times be open to the public, was just the real things. It was maybe me sitting in a garden, me having a happy moment, enjoying the sunshine, doing real things, not sending love songs as propaganda or manipulating the situation, or even looking at my twin social media, for instance. I think in the totality of 12 months, I may have been given an image from that person's profile twice. And in that, it was really interesting in observing the circumstance because I directly realized that that person wasn't as happy as what we presume them to be. So, given that their birthday is coming, it could be that you are presuming that they're going to have the time of their life and they're going to be doted on and they're really happy. And, there could be a bit of blasphemy under your tongue. But, don't always judge a book by its cover. It doesn't mean to say that this person is living the dream. And most of us who do have birthdays know that it's a lunar return and it's usually pretty shitty. This person is not having the greatest time. You are definitely mirroring this person. You're both going through a rebirth. You're feeling very anxious. It can be happening extremely fast. And so it's going to feel like you're on one of those rides. When it's going down, it's like your guts kind of need to catch up. That's how this week is for you. But be open because I do feel messages in a bottle coming through. I hope that helps. I hope my personal life story and an analogy didn't bore you. But yeah, just even the simple things are often the best. But it's just, how can we be different to the karmic? Not acting like the karmic, not propagating a false persona. That fake it till you make it only lasts so long. And then, when the mud mask comes off, the truth is exposed and it's not so pretty, So just be you. Just be the high vibe you. You have a very interesting week ahead of you. And I do feel some of it is going to get a lot better. Keep on top of your paperwork, all. Things are going to get pretty hectic with the transits in Virgo. Erica, now that we got the Leo in the house, let's talk about poo. You're being susceptible to energy too, girl. You're like, where are my dreams at? Intuitive energy. This could be psychic attacks. It could be paranoia. Wow, they've just jumped out. I'll leave that. Okay. Good. Hi, masculine reached out days ago. He said he was going to come visit the next day, but never showed, never called, not texted, and haven't heard from him. Yeah, you're like, what the hell's going on? You're like, hello? Yeah. I do feel the intent was there. I do feel at the moment with Venus retrograde, we're being tested. All right. Not in a bad way. How are we going to show up? How are we going to deal with it differently? I mean, 3 days ago, in my head, I heard the J-Lo song. And I do think it's very rare. The reason I'm mentioning J-Lo isn't because I am the biggest fan on the planet. I mean, I think she's great. I really do. It's because she is a Leo and we have Venus and Leo retrograde. So the first song that came up is I'm Not Your Mama. And I think in a relationship context during a Venus retrograde, it is a test. It's how are we going to relate to love differently? It's also how are they going to relate to it differently? And we can inadvertently teach a person how to treat us by the way we show up. So when we don't respond in a negative or a positive way and just point blank zero not, what it does is get that person thinking about their behavior. Because if they're used to a particular pattern from you and you feed that situation something polar opposite, what happens? That person then gets up in the head and goes, oh, that's quite strange. Now, could it be something simple that things went pear-shaped? Very possible, because last week the astrology was crap. So if you had a hell of a ride into the first week of August, you're most welcome. It was pretty shitty. And there were those dynamics that were almost this push-pull. Now, when we have squares or we have oppositions, it's almost like in order for a change to occur, we have to have pressure. Otherwise, naturally, we would keep it flowing, right? And, life isn't all Jupiter. Life isn't all play and fun and growth. It's not. Why? Because everything would be, you wouldn't value it. Because if everything was perfect all the time, even we tend to think in layman's terms that a billionaire has no problems, and that's absolutely not true. They have health, family, emotions, insecurities. They are human beings just like us. So it's ego again. So the context of the squares and the oppositions were the pressure points individually in our life that are coming up and inadvertently affecting the whole world in some way. And so how each zodiac sign then reacts to that, you could, in this circumstance with the phone call, the person directly chose to reach out. How you responded to it, I do feel the direct intention, like you mentioned, was there. I really do. I do think something at left field has come. And then if you're calm, little Miss Muffet sat on the tuffet eating her curds and whey, not freaking out, not responding, you can then say very calmly, like, you're like, where the hell did this person go? You're like, has the old behavior come back? No, I don't think so. Something has happened though. Now, how you can respond to it is being grounded and assertive that when that person does turn up next, you can say, not that it's any of my business, but it kind of irked me a little bit that you said you were coming, because if I do choose to stop my plans for you to make space for you, like an appointment, it's courteous and it's respectful to then either tell that person through integrity, I'm sorry, I really can't make it. You don't need to tell me why. I'm not your mama, J-Lo. But you could still show me the respect and integrity I deserve. But if you choose not to, I'm not going to chase you down. I'm not your parent. I'm not going to teach you. But I'm going to tell you that that was offensive. Does that make sense? So there's a way you can handle it in an adult way. But again, not being the mother. Do you get what I'm saying? Because we have our own dynamics going on. You could have some situations also with your mother going on currently. You may have been thinking maybe one of the dramas that came up was the baby's mama. That's the term I'm hearing. I also feel your child could be playing up. You just keep doing it, doll. That's all you can do. And it's, again, you don't do the calling or the follow up like we're being the person's parent. Are you okay? My twin always says this to me. It's not are you okay day. And I'm like, when you love someone, it is are you okay day every day. But again, we don't need to be the parent. You haven't whinged about it. It's a bit like the kids in school. If you haven't, expressed to me maybe what your issue is, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. You know what I mean? And that's okay. And so, look, honestly, it does work after a while when you say nothing at all. Look at her. She's like, my actions are my words. So, yes, you have your sun energy hair popping off. This is the vibration collectively because we have the sun in Leo, which can be children. So having patience, because the frequency of Venus and Leo will be those of you that work with children, work in daycare, they can be going through that change too, going on and off their food, egoic expressions, verbal diarrhea. Yes, it's possible. especially because we had a full moon in Aquarius, which is large groups really not working. It's like, oh my gosh, am I really liking my job? My love goes out to those of you that work in large groups, especially with Tonka trucks. It's like that's really going to change between now and 2025. Okay, so you have evolved, you have changed. Again, I do feel that there is something big coming up. Stop getting worried that you're going to hear gossip. I feel you are worried you're going to hear some bad news. You do have the King of Cups and the Star card as your outcome. You can deal with any spanner that gets thrown your way. You can. But don't expect the worst. This person is choosing to reach out to you, and they may very well surprise you. I think if you keep your energy calm, I do think there's a change coming. But you also are having a transition with your career as well. You're looking at it and you're 50-50. Okay, so there's other things going on. I do think this person's going to reach out soon. I do think you're going to see them soon. I think they're going to talk about what's going on. There could be travel. Let's pull one more card. And then we'll move on. How many have we got left? I'm away with the fairies. Did I put the new one up, Lois, or am I away with the fairies? I think I did. I did. Travel. Travel for you, twin. He has been in my energy very heavy. Yeah, it feels like, it does feel responsible energy. It doesn't feel negative. Could he have got some bad news? Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Travel for twin or travel for Leonix or travel for joint. We're going to pull 3 cards. The only way you'll travel is if you're married. That's what it shows. There's a frustration here. There's something that you're both looking at. I do see it happening, but this can be future tense. It does end up being that you live together. There is also a marriage. There could be another child. This could be one that's already there. Could be a grandchild. Could be a child. But I definitely see a foreign land here. It's looking positive on either way. But you do have worries about this person's past karmics. Okay? You may need to psychologically let that go. Because if this person is opening up the door for this as a possibility with you, I do feel they're legitimate. But definitely change. Okay? Yes, Lois, same here. Just when I'm free and clear, he visits my dreams. Yeah, well, Neptune is retrograde at the moment, so the 5D's are going to be coming through quite a bit. You also can get hauntings, so be careful. He was having car problems. Yeah. Yep. Well, the Aquarius energy can affect like the electrics in cars. Yeah. Like the timing, the computer systems, the chips. And then Mercury goes retrograde. Okay, so we have Dawn. Are you awake, Dawn? Let me see, is the song coming in? How you doing, gal? Oh, if I say this card again, okay, you could be very busy with your business. You may want a break. You could be very, very busy. It can be coming up for you. I have moments of listening to music and moments of turning it off. The downloads do come. Dawn is my music kind of energy that comes in. Her guides always harass me with songs. I don't know why I heard the Fugees. I haven't heard the Fugees in years. Yeah. Killing Me Softly. You just shifted, that's all, Dawn. That's okay, Leo, next. Okay, you got a contract here to deal with. Look, you know what? I feel your energy's good. I feel your twins' energy is changing, but I feel they may open up a little bit more. There could be a conundrum that they're dealing with in layman's terms. It's like they don't want to do something. There's something they're not wanting to do. They don't feel open enough to maybe express it to the karmic, but I think they may actually communicate with you about this. They feel a bit anxious. This could be buying into a house or a job. There's something they're just not wanting to do, but it can be. I also feel they could be having something going on with their job. But your shift is very present. It's very grounded. It's like, you know what? I will survive. Yeah, it's like you just feel that after all the crap you've been. Yeah, because it's like a contract that was severed. It wasn't working. Shit was going down. And I think that may aid some of his vibration. Because it wasn't the be all and end all, but I do feel grievances there. I just felt grievances, problems. What else am I saying? With you, because of your vibration, you are going to effectively get a better vibration from your twin. Now they're going to see you as the neutral and a karmic as a karmic, but they can't see that if they're being pulled. Do you know what I mean? By dragged in two directions, feeling pig in the middle. You're just like so detached at this point, doing your thing. I'm seeing color, and it can be that you're going to be decorating, doing something in your home. This could be in a particular room. It could be for your business. I like it, whatever they're showing me. If you haven't done it yet, it's going to look really good. It feels like it's recharged the room. It's like poured new vibration and ridded the house of an energy. It's a different energy altogether. But I feel that once you do that one room, you're going to move through the whole house. And I'm almost seeing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. It's like take me home, but it's like a whole new world, if that makes sense. Whatever you're doing, it's like you're in the magician energy, but you're changing that whole environment. And because of that, it's very attracting and alluring. It's like honey to the bee. You are going to find people are going to come towards you in business, in love. Your twin is probably going to want to sit in that energy more so. You'll always find that two things will happen with people. If they come into your home and they go right away, you're protected. It could be that they're negative, or it could be your direct environment. Sometimes if your environment is very nurturing and healing, They will spend time there. They will get very tired. They'll recharge, and they'll just come. They'll come to your home, and they'll feel safe. Does that make sense? And I feel by what you're doing, it's shifting the vibration, and it's almost like the person's going to feel quite welcome. I'm telling you, something to do with this karmic is going to come up, but I don't feel you need to worry. The karmic is becoming quite needy. I do feel because masculine is making choices for themselves. They may have had an opinion maybe on the career and what they should do. Well, it's going to be even more comfortable soon because the vibe, it just feels, it's just beautiful. Yeah. I don't know what has happened with your twin, but I do feel a very significant shift. Very significant. Almost having a revelation of just because I'm like in this karmic contract, it's like, and I think this is going to be a collective thing. I don't owe you. Like, okay, if I'm dating you, if I'm married to you, if I'm with you, I still have my own vibration. I still have my own hopes, goals, and dreams. It's very assertive. So if this person isn't supporting the person being their own person or the person having their own hopes and dreams, it's going to become very stifling. I do have the King of Wands here as an ambitious, goal-orientated person. This job may be the change they need. I do feel more money coming in with that. I definitely feel there is a subject matter towards a car. They do not want to sign any other contracts. They are thinking about you in the past. They are nostalgic about circumstances in the past. They also do directly value the friendship, but I do see a very significant shift here. And the good thing is if you're quite detached and you're totally out of that, when it does go down, they can't point the blame on you. It's been their personal choice and their personal life. I hope that helps, Storm. But yeah, you're going to be busy. You're going to be busy. You may get run down mid-month, so look after your wellness, okay? Who do we have next? Christine. Hello, my love. How are you? Oh, already. What would you like to know? I'm looking for an update with twin. You're wondering what the holdup is. You're wondering if they're home, if they're back. Yeah. You're wondering. Do you want stagnation? I don't think so. Could there be some things that you're wanting to achieve? Yes, but I think this is more to do with your twin. I feel you're wondering, why why stagnate? Why that's okay. I'll just do the channeled energy dial and you can always come back. So it starts at, we'll put it here, 103.36. Oh, I didn't put it. So in 1 dot 4. That will be the time frame. 1.04 and come back to it. And I didn't even write anything in. Yeah, so it's like it's quiet. It's almost like, sometimes when you have that psychic energy and you're able to tune into them, it feels very vibrant. It's almost like flatline. It's really weird. So it's really quiet. I feel they're back. I feel this person is no longer traveling. Yeah. You're wondering if they're in a connection. I'm not feeling so. I do feel there's been something to do with family coming up. I don't know why I'm picking like a female energy, but this feels like an auntie, a sister, or a mother. There's something coming up with that individual. It doesn't have to be a negative thing, but I do see something to do with the family coming up. This could be that they popped in. You're also wondering if after what went down, if they're going to be open to communicating with you. There has been some old feelings coming up. I do think that they think about you in a very positive way. I don't think they look at you in a negative way. They're wondering if you're in a connection. I don't know why I see a text message. There's probably an adult daughter, yeah. It just feels like a catch up, seeing them. There could be something changing in their life. I think from that, and it's funny because they're showing me from one to the other. And then that feels close by to you. Am I correct? What location is the daughter at? And I don't know, I'm seeing somebody expecting a child. I think like this is maybe a family member expecting a child. Or it could be their child's birthday, but I'm feeling it's expecting a child. That location feels like they're mentioning close proximity to you. It does feel that. I'm hearing the term coming up for air. Several hours away, not sure about babies. They're making reference to the location, so it's closer, if you get what I'm saying. It's like from where they were to where they are now. It feels it's closer proximity. You truly and firmly believe this person's not going. I don't know why they're making reference to a feeling that whatever went down has caused that much angst that this person's not going to humble their ego and come towards you and communicate. And I feel this is more towards you just remembering that that was the past and the past is the past, and that just be really open to a perspective of this person being able to come in and being adult and being powerful and having their own power. Because I feel it's almost like you're beating yourself up. You're like, maybe I put my foot in it. Maybe this isn't going to work anymore. They know they can be stubborn. Yeah, they know they can be stubborn. They felt at a point they couldn't be around as much because they weren't really they were just super sensitive, which is very common, especially through our awakening. We can become extremely sensitive to comments and statements and, firmly believe that everything that is said is almost against us. I think they just really needed to be alone for a point in time to do all that digging and, digging up of the gunk and letting it go. I'm feeling the fresh air has been very therapeutic. They're still slightly, to a degree, in the vibe of not wanting to fight. They know that they're not going to. But they're very close to getting out of that funk. That's what they're saying. Are they trying to kind of peekaboo on you? I do. I feel so. Do they know that they've hurt you or let you down? I feel so. They're wondering about your tribe. And they're making reference to the fact that they do not want a karmic relationship. This could potentially be, I don't know why I'm seeing a severing of finances relating to a karmic cycle. The karmic cycle doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It might be severing ties with a job or, having some money coming in from some location. But there is something to do with the past circumstance and addressing it head on. Could this be the ghosts of girlfriends past, a little bit like our memories and why we couldn't be open in relationships? Many times it can be. It doesn't even have to be that the person is in the here and now and the physical, but it's the shadow energy of the, working through the demons. I do feel that they are open to a connection with you, but it could look quite traditional. Even though you probably wouldn't pick this, I do feel this person is actually quite traditional. I feel they've held out because the next time they do this, they have no intention to tap out and walk away, which in the first place, they are making reference to the fact they never intended for it to happen that way. However, it did. But I just feel it's almost like having a real adult relationship, knowing that you are being a conscious chooser of a connection, and almost acknowledging the other person is as well. I do feel they do acknowledge the fact that you would make a wonderful partner. But I do feel they're also acknowledging the fact that what they do want to give you is consistency. They knew they needed to do that clearing psychologically because it's almost like they were taking it out on you like you were the karmic, but you weren't the karmic. Do you get what I'm saying? But yes, unpacking quite a bit. It's very close. It's very close to maybe a visit, a conversation. I do think they're trying to check you out on social media, wherever that may be it Instagram. This also could be through your friends or family. Okay? Good luck. I'll see you soon. That was a bit of a biggie. Okay, who do we have next? Marie. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I better get my shit together. Okay, super chat's closed. Otherwise, I'll be here till bloody 1 o'clock. And you guys will be asleep retrieving them. His birthday was last Sunday. It's hard when it happens. Just send the love out, energy-wise. And sometimes it's good they don't hear from you. If you didn't text. Hi, beautiful. What is going on with twins? So quiet in the 3D. Look, honestly, I'm not surprised. I think after last week, I think many of us were just in that, pushing through, pulling the wheelbarrow through the mud. So quietness on the 3D, completely understand. They're still thinking of you. Relationship matters are on their mind. Okay? Thanks, Lois. That's okay. KM. Take care, doll. Okay, so relationship matters, Marie, are on this individual's mind. There could have been some information that came towards them. You also may have heard some gossip through the grapevine. But again, there could be the worry wart of, this going pear-shaped, not going according to plan. Is it going to transition? Where are we at with this? It's going to the past tense position. But definitely this person is thinking of relationships. Okay, previous connection or connections. Something to do with the problem of a connection. I don't know why I get this feeling they've had some bad news. This could be bad news in their personal life. And I do feel it took them by surprise. There's been a lot of memories resurfacing. They're making reference to wrapping of a karmic cycle, like wrapping it up, putting it to bed, closing the door, closing a chapter. It happens quickly or happened quickly. It's almost like no sooner does it happen, does it close, does it move forward, and it's like a relief. But there's feeling like they're pulled in two directions. That could be for unfinished business that needed cleaning up. They're still focused on the future. I feel this was from the Aquarius moon. Maybe the vibration shifted. Something that is unmanageable, it's like something is going to have to be left behind. Yeah, there's no room for, how do I explain it? Making room for the new is going to require leaving something behind. Their kindness may be their demise. I do feel this is going to be a big choice for them. I feel that they're going to be communicating with nearest and dearest. They're making reference to fairness. There could have been a relative that passed. This also could just be an anniversary of a previous situation that happened. If this hasn't happened already, it's about to happen. It looks messy. How can I explain it? I wouldn't personalize anything. I do feel these are things that need addressing. I do think they're stepping up. They're addressing the things in their life they have to. They're trying to be empathetic and understanding towards individuals, be it its work or in their personal life. This is huge adulting at the next level. I still feel they're standing firm with where they're going in their life. They have their eye on the goal. This could be like a going away party. That's random. They're making reference to the fact they don't want to bring mess with them. I'm saying a bag. This also could be some travel. Don't know what they do for work. It could even be linking to work, but it feels travel. It's like unexpected travel. Very nostalgic of you. Okay, why are they making reference to 3 weeks ago? Did something significant occur 3 weeks ago? Is it family? Did something significant happen 3 weeks ago? They're making reference to 3 weeks ago. I'm never supposed to ask, like, I'm never supposed to question what it is. I'm just supposed to deliver the message. That's how my guides work. So even if it sounds crazy to me, I ask the question. 3 weeks ago, they're making a reference to. Okay, they're also making reference to an intimate liaison that occurred in the past. It could have been 3 weeks ago, or it could have been even further back. How you came about, how the connection came about. I have to wait till you respond, because they stop giving me messages till we get that, okay, I understand what that is. So was the intimacy around that time, or was it further back they're making reference to? Okay, this is almost like this person has to choose between a left and a right. They are thinking about you. I feel they are going to be leaving somebody out in the cold. I do feel they know it was your birthday. Okay. But this is these are unfinished feelings they have for you. Unfinished business. I think whatever this is going to go down very quick. Very quick. But they're coming in like a bat out of hell. This is something wrapping up on their side of the fence very quickly, and it just feels like a tidy up. But they're very nostalgic of you. Yeah, very nostalgic. So that's what I've got for you. But they are making reference to the fact that it's almost like very certain. The person's very certain. So if you have been in communication with them, you may be able to tell this through the vibration of their voice. They're definitely making reference to the fact that they something between the joint energy has shifted in the last few weeks, and I feel because of that, it's like they're drawn to making a decision. Okay, a decision on love. Tracy. How are you, my love? Is Tracy in the house? Thanks, Lois. You're a legend. What time is it there? Are you falling asleep yet? You're like, bloody Yildiz making me moderator. Do you want some of my coffee, Lois? What would you like to know, Tracy? Do you have a specific question? It's only 10. Is that PM? That's PM, obviously. 10 PM. It's 200 hours. It's 2,200 hours. Is that how you say it? Nothing Pacific, just general. Let's see what comes through. Oh, I don't know why I heard a train. I was like, there's a tunnel. There's a tunnel you're going through. Are you going somewhere? Oh, you've had some revelations in your life. My. Look, you're ready to make some really conscious major decisions. Okay? 10 p.m. 2,200 hours. You feel there's something more. It's like there's something more you're wanting. There could be some individuals around you at the moment. Like, number one, the first thing I can see is change and shortchanging thyself. Whenever we see this card, it could be in reference to past tense lovers, past tense partners, feelings with intimate connections, old feelings of betrayal can come up, but it also can be where we feel we've cheated ourselves out of certain things in our life. That can be others, it can be our choices, it could be taking a job that is paying less and absolutely adoring it, and people judging us for it, or taking a job that is paying the best but really still spiritually feeling cheated. I feel overall you're getting to a stage where you're really reassessing your personal values and your needs really and desires. I'm hearing that these things I do feel during the week are a possibility of getting into the crux of things. You can be dealing, whenever I say the devil card, I feel it's more the devil in the detail, and especially because we have Pluto retrograde and we have transits in Virgo, I definitely feel there's an element of paperwork here. This could be with a professional. It could be your tax. It might be lodging paperwork for a divorce or business paperwork. It's something official. That's the way I can describe it. Could it be arduous? It could be arduous, but you're going to get in. You're going to get this paperwork done. Could be maps. Why did I say maps? I do see you in a tunnel though. Now, this could be a metaphor or it could be physically where you are going to travel. It goes underground and comes above. Because I was hearing the trains, and I feel it's you directly traveling. So there could be something that you are going to do via train, or there is travel involved for some reason. You do have the Chariot here again. The context of the train could be a metaphor to keep an eye on your car, depending on what zodiac sign you are. But again, I just feel the frequency of maybe getting a new car, upgrading a car, or needing to do some repairs. But you are making bold decisions to move forward in new directions. I just feel like you're putting your foot down with things. You could have really great ideas. I feel from a romantic perspective, the chemistry can come back. This can be also something vibrationally in alignment with you, but it's more passionate, it's more assertive. This can be attracting connections in a different way. If you're having to walk away from a circumstance, I think it could make you feel moody, but it's also asking you to look at the bigger reason why this is necessary. I do feel there could be a lump sum coming to you. I also feel that it's almost like, don't look, if something is coming to an end in some shape or form, don't freak out, because the universe is bringing you something really good, but you just may not see it yet. It feels that you're trying to pull everything together in the next few weeks. I do feel visitors. I don't know why I feel you're getting visitors coming. They could be family. Be careful who you get into disputes with. Almost heard in cahoots with. Any creative ideas, try and keep them to yourself, because I feel people pinching them. Make sure to read all your documentation. If you can avoid signing contracts, again, I can't advise you legally, financially. Mercury's going to be retrograde. One of the references to the cards here is to do with maybe some messy situation in a contract. So be aware that during Mercury retrograde, we may not, it's not the best time to deal with contracts or to deal with any major decisions in a very cemented version. I probably would wait till mid-September for any major decisions. I feel overall you're going to have some big revelations, and I feel you really need to trust your instincts with the revelations. It is going to require you to go in a new direction. It may be that you attract a lot more better things into life. This can be love, money, and safety, really. That's how it's feeling. If you have had issues with people around you, it can dissipate in the coming weeks. But I definitely feel you having these huge revelations of things you've tolerated and the big changes that you want to make. I hope that helps. But yeah, just make sure to read the paperwork, especially if you're having dramas with individuals. I do feel big money coming. You have lady luck there. Okay, my love? Maybe even a change of car. So we have, hi Lois. That's okay, Tracy. Have a safe week, doll. What do we have for Lois? Oh, you got wealth coming in too, Lois. What's going on here? Any specific question or just general, Lois? You like whatever floats your boat. Specific question? That's interesting. I've got Esrock in my cup. Uluru. Whatever comes through. First thing I saw was money. So interesting. It so matches astrology because Neptune and Pisces can be to do with that. It can be to do with medicinal, organic, pharmaceutical substances, drinking. They did put a new, always when I look at the transits and then I see the frequency coming up in news, it was like, Neptune retrograde, Saturn retrograde, and then they mentioned a tax levy on a carton of beer. And I was like, there it is, because Saturn can be to do with laws and rules. And again, we had the absinthe drinker during a transit in Pisces. We also had, I think it was, Maduri was developed during a Pisces transit. And it was released. So, interesting times. Let's see what is coming up for Lois. Oh, you've been busting it. You've been working hard. Now, you could have a celebration. There is a party. It's probably going to move quicker than you thought. You might freak out. Yeah, you might freak out. You're like, what have I got myself into? It's almost like, you're looking at the potential and you're going, I think we're going to need a bigger building. I think we're going to need a warehouse. Well, I'll be. You're getting the songs today, and, Dawn did get a few, but not major. To the last minute, have you got everything done? Because it feels like to the last minute you're fighting to get everything done. I also feel from a psychic perspective, you may be picking up on your twins' energy. The good old days of them being super traditional, and that's shifting. Something in them is shifting. You are thinking about connections. You are thinking, this also can be nostalgically of a loved one that passed over. This could have been a romantic partner. Nostalgically of life in general, of how things used to be, what it felt like to be in love. It's really funny, even though your body may not feel it, your vibration in your energy and channeling, it literally feels 23. So something in you has shifted. It's almost like maybe it's your perspective or it's your vibe. It's like it's come back and it feels spiritually younger. Again, there's a party here. This also is being shown to me that it's a possibility of a celebration or a grand opening. But it also shows overindulgence. So there's a potential your sales could be a lot more than usual. The only other thing I would say is because Mercury is going to be retrograde in Virgo and Venus is going to be retrograde. Venus retrograde can be, it's like, the old things that people used to love. We may nostalgically go back to some produce that we really loved. But there can be limitation of stock. It also can be you get more for the value of it during its retrograde. But Mercury retrograde, that's when things can just get out of shape, just messy. Yeah, they're definitely here. They're definitely around you. They're watching. They do feel your energy is vibrationally younger. They're feeling it's good to see the old Lois back, but in a young version, if that makes sense. This also can be generally when we have the party card and energetically with transits. What I'm picking is there's anniversary energy coming up. This could be a birthday, a date of a passing, a person's physical birthday. And I feel you also spiritually could be very private about some awareness that you have. This can be some gossip that's coming through to you through the grapevine. I feel the sacral chakra energy is going to spike within your twin flame partnership. I'm hearing the term the angel and the devil, but look at this. It's like the angel and the devil. And daughter-in-law's mum took over my phone today. She passed 3 years ago. Wow. So it's the angel and the kind of it's a bit like having a conversation with yourself about which way to go, what thing to address. But I kind of feel if you go through this, I think it's to do with your TF. Because something's coming up in the path with them. You're so busy in the 3D getting things done. I do feel you're getting psychic downloads, but I also feel there's a big shift happening with them. It is going to come unexpectedly. I'm also getting this, yucky feeling in the gut because it happens very quickly. I do feel they're aware of what's going on. I do feel they're aware of how you're transitioning, what you're doing. Oh, wow. I haven't had them as comedians. Lois, is your twin a comedian? That might have been way back in the heyday, but not recently. This person has comedy coming through with them. What is up with that? Are they very, very serious or are they comedians? Because I almost feel like this comedian energy. It's like facetious. I can't say it's facetious. It's like banter, but with a bit of flirtation in there. It's sassy. It just feels sassy. Because they're kind of making out to you, like, how do I explain it? It's like, oh, you didn't think I could. It feels kind of sassy. They're also making reference to the fact that they have eyes on you. Yeah, with sass. That's how it felt. It's like they have eyes on you. They have contacts. Yeah, it's like, you know this. You know this. They have contacts. They always have dibs on you. Do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? Because that's what's coming through. Like one time I legitimately was like, is there a camera in my house? Yeah, it's not just your passed over loved one, it's this one too. They're very in tune, they're very psychic. But I actually think in the 3D, they have eyes on you. Yeah, you're going to have some gossip. You're going to have some communication, but I think it's in the 3D. They've got tabs on you. They're impressed. Something's going down with the Karmic's tribe again. They're not fussed. They're like, no. Okay, we better move on. I'll have to talk to you after. Chris. How you doing, Chris? Are you surviving our transits? It's going to be lunchtime by the time we finish. You guys will be like having a midnight snack. I'll have to get on here earlier so you can all go to bed. Okay. Chris, you have... You're trying to be realistic with things. You know something's going to shift with this, but you're trying to be realistic. It is going from communication and movement to no. There is a delay. You don't need to do anything majorly. Yeah, you don't need to do anything majorly. There is a worry here, though, that an old pattern has come, like almost like an old manipulation tactic has come through. Thank you, Lois. Yeah, and I think it's karmic energy, if that makes sense. It's like, is this person kind of rearing the ugly head again? There's manipulation. You're like, haven't we learned our lesson yet? I feel there is movement. I do feel there's movement. But I feel as things were feeling very like it was going to move, it was advancing, it was progressing, something has hit a stalemate. I do feel your whole aura is saying you need to work this out. This karmic is a very jealous individual. This karmic can be quite dangerous. They do play mind games, but again, it is permission-based. Mind games can only work on people. It's a little bit like sticks and stones can break your bones, but names will. You know what I mean? This is permission-based. The reference they're making is there's going to be a point of quietness because this person is going to be addressing some karmic issue. I do feel it is eventuating in a tower moment. I do feel inevitably it is going to be a choice. Hi, Chris. I'm already starting your reading. Okay, have you gone through a state? I'm just going to sum it up because I have done the read already. What I'm sensing is there's going to be a moment of quietness. Now, I do feel your twin is very certain about you. I do feel the karmic's involvement is causing a little bit of conflict this week. If it does go quiet, I can't say they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. I don't feel that. I do feel they know where they want to be. I do feel the karmic plays mind games, and they do ultimately know that if they don't end that cycle, it's just going to continue, but it's going to remain on the same stagnant path. This person can be quite aggressive at times. They know that it is permission-based psychologically. You may try to communicate with them. but you will find you will get further by not. That's what they're saying. Because I do feel whatever has transitioned in this, you have very clearly made your it's almost like you've said, no, a choice has to be made. And I do feel you're more likely to get that. Just be accepting of the quietness. Don't stress yourself out, because I do feel this will come to a head. Okay, I do feel, and then you're not caught in the stagnation of eat, pray, repeat, like it being the same. And it's like this person's happy, that person's happy. Let's just all kid ourselves. It's like, no, this is not. Third party energy is not happy, not for anyone. So I think because you've made your ground rules, I think this is what's going to be your saving grace. And this person is physically having to address their shadow energy and choose what's going to be best for them. Okay. Who do we have next? Don Scorpio. And then Char. And then Lois can go to bed. If she doesn't get haunted by her late husband. Char, are you awake or have you gone to sleep? Hi, Don Scorpio. What would you like to know, my love? Twins energy, my energy. Am I delusional? So usually what you will find when you go into the delusional stage, how do I explain it? We're always matching vibrations. So the synchronicities and the things that come up in the early stages of the twin flame path, when you are going through an awakening, it generally is where we are really at that pivotal point that we want a spiritual change, but it's also at that point where we are seeking outside ourselves, right? So the vibration of us feeling that, like, Jesus, take the wheel, or somebody help me, or give me a sign, we start getting those things. When you get to a point you're seeing them and they're stalking you, that's when you know you have become the numbers. So it's your consciousness is open, you are connecting, you are trusting your downloads, you're not questioning it anymore. So the numbers, it's almost like you already know what they mean. And so it's almost like, can you stop bothering me? Why am I saying their name? Is because to a degree, spiritually, you are not believing that this is going to be so. So you're still semi on the fence because you need some sense of assurity, which means you have an element of attachment there. The element of attachment is really normal in a humanistic experience, but it's also, we need to understand we can actually change that energy in 24 hours. So you're very close to doing such. But because you are meditating upon two paths, you're split. And so universe is going, okay, you haven't had enough BS. You haven't alchemized that truth in your head. You are feeling split. So it's giving you stagnation. Now, if you were like, no, but I need a surety that this is going to happen, because deep down in your heart of hearts, you know this is the path for you, right? You know that this person is somebody that you feel spiritually like you would prefer to be with, right? But because things are taking so long, you're like, where's my backup plan? Now, in your ascension, universe is like, girl, guy, haven't you learnt that you should not want a backup plan? That universe is giving you and taking from you for given reasons. So because you are feeling split and less confident, what it's doing is putting you on pause. There is no assurity. Now, what do I mean by that? Universe has given us evidence, and I feel like Abraham Hicks there, like the nagging mama bear. I love Abraham Hicks. And it's so, when we have these revelations, we're like, it's right there in front of you. There is nothing that gives you permanency, but we have attachment to it. And the Twin Flame Collective is there to break it down. The permanency of the spiritual connection, 100%, of the ownership of it, 100% not. So how to actually vibrate equally so that you're both dancing with each other, not chasing or running or projecting or, feeling this push-pull, is to you inside yourself to not run, is to say in your day-to-day, how do I feel today? Today I'm having a crappy day. Okay, that's fair enough. But not defining it in a sense that it's like, well, tomorrow I'm going to have a crappy day too. Tomorrow, linking to my twin flame path, I'm going to think the same thing. No. So if you're having a trigger point and it is to do with you going left and choosing a new partner or going right and just seeing where your life or your twin flame path goes and being okay with that in that one moment, that can be on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And that's how we go through that ascension path, because you'll know when you're getting close to that is because you're going to be okay. You will see this person again one day. How it will come about, if it'll be okay, if there's going to be a karmic or a drama. You'll just get to the point you'll be like, if there is, there is, and I won't be sticking around, because your vibration is going to shift. It doesn't mean you don't love them. It doesn't mean you hate them. It just means that's something that won't work for you. So we're going up levels, we're going up levels, but it doesn't define you, and we're compartmentalizing. You can't lose your twin, right? When you see the 1-400, it's saying don't slip. You are on the right path. You are coming home to yourself. You are the quietest, most harmonious version of yourself, which is the most attractive. Would you not want to be with you if you were that vibration? But if you were clingy, needy, you're the bee's knees, I'm putting you on a pedestal. I mean, I would not want anyone to put me on a pedestal, because nobody's perfect. Do you know what I mean? So spiritually, the 1-400 is saying you're very close. You're coming to that window. You're going to have shadow work. Why? Is because we have memories. We have triggers. They belong to us. But it's to do with the past triggers that are coming up. It's which one will work. Which one's going to keep me safe? Which one isn't going to hurt me? Everyone can hurt you. But you can take your power away from them. Do you know what I mean? So it's saying to you, instead of giving the power to them, give the power back to yourself and realize these people can't hurt you. They're hurting themselves. And you will spot it. You will smell it. You will sense it. And the way you will directly involve yourself in will be slower. So could you go back into your twin flame path and maybe you're worried, is there going to be a karmic? Is there maybe the kids, whatever that circumstance is that you're fretting upon, where you feel they have power, turn it around and realize you do too. Because you can say, this isn't going to resonate with me. Or let me go cautiously and not Julia Roberts in reverse, where she's running down the aisle or she's running away, but physically walking slowly, seeing how each step of that, bit like, instead of going on a date, you're running down the aisle together. It's like, it's process. It's a process. So doing that slow, but not feeling that urgency that, oh my God, what have I done with all my life? I should have been married by now. Do you get my point? Do you get my vibe? So I think spiritually, this is what's been making you a bit anxious. Like, am I being stupid? I've been wasting my life. Sit with that for a bit. Sit with it between now and September. Venus is retrograde. And say to yourself, where are these doubts coming from? What is it that I feel is going to fill my vibration? I mean, for one good solid year, I literally committed myself to not seeking outside myself. That's not with no relationship. If I needed a hug, if I needed confirmation that I was being successful in my life, it was like literally having to put myself in the naughty corner and go, why are you seeking outside yourself? Because actually we don't need anybody. And you become your whole version when you start feeding your soul those things that you needed. And then when that person comes in towards you, you don't have this vibration that they define you. You enjoy them like salt and pepper on your meal. They're a condiment. They're a companion. And it's less codependent. Do you get what I'm saying? But that, be careful tuning into karmics, because it can give you psychic attacks. You can still look at videos and things like that. Just don't observe it from a frequency of disempowerment. Does that make sense? You got the full card here. You're going to be jumping in the deep end. This person more than likely is going to come back in a more ascended space, because the work you do, because you guys are joint spiritually, they generally ascend as well. So you're never going to get the same twin back. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like the person's never going to come back the same. You're never going to have the same karmic chapter. It's going to be different. So try to be open to that and know that this magician energy is a positive thing. It's not a negative thing. I hope that helps. I hope it helps. And we have Cha. Yeah, it does. It does. I literally did my heart chakra. I'm telling you. Yeah, they're new chapters. They're all new chapters. So that, you know, we would love, and I even admitted to myself the other day, oh, you monkey mind you, Yildiz. Look, do we like to know what is coming next? Yes, because we're control freaks. Of course we do. It's like, but is it going to be okay? Generally, yeah. I remember my mum saying to me, I go, how am I going to handle my child? You know, and she goes, you just do. Financially, psychologically, spiritually, you just do. Because you have to. But you do. You do. Okay. Cha. You know what? All the gems and all the Virgos I've been channeling has been a different vibe to the cards. The cards I do feel are in reference to your twin. Okay, I don't know what. You might have gone through a stage that you were feeling very down and out. I really don't feel it was your vibe chart. I do feel it's something going on with your TF. I feel it's also people around you. I feel you're just really ready for new chapters. New chapters, new changes. You want calm. You want neutrality. You want people to work with you. I feel you just needed to shake the energy up. And I feel if you can find ways to do that, I think that's going to harmonize. I do feel that people around you have been paving you off. But again, I get this moodiness coming from TF. I don't get it from your side. Oh, crap. Okay, there's something to do with marriage coming up here. I have a question for you. This shows the readiness. I know, you know, it's always funny in our path. We always feel we're so much more ready than we are. If your TF came back and said, I want you to marry me, would it be a yes or no? Charles like this bitch. Now, no throwing up in a suitcase or anything like that, Char. It's just a general question. Shit. Maybe. Did you want to throw up when I said that? You're like, what? From here to there? That's chalk and cheese. This person, what you are looking for is temperance. Look, your domain, okay, energy above, I think, is all pickled, right? What you are ready for is a connection. You're difficult. Look, anyone who's been through trauma is going into that going, you know, it's weird. We're like we're a walking contradiction. Our twin flame path messes us up. Why? It's because we get burnt. Some third party shit goes down. And then we're like pining for the thing that didn't come to fruition. And then when we're asked, if this situation comes back, would you then jump in the deep end tomorrow and get married? You're kind of like less... You think you would be like, yeah, 100. But suddenly you have this revelation inside of you through your heart chakra and your solar plexus and sacral chakra. You're shitting yourself and you're like, I don't know about that. So then we have to come back to that vibration and say, what has this changed in us? Why is that fair there? Because it's like when we burn our hand on the stove, we're going to do it differently, aren't we? So it's quite a positive thing, but it's also, it's humbling in our ego to say, we could be really cocky and saying, where is this person? They haven't got their shit together. Meanwhile, are we actually fully together? Does that make sense? But I do feel what is shown in your foundation and what is on its way is an offer of marriage, love, temperance, spirituality, and a deep connection. You know the full potential here. You definitely at the moment could be going through a bit of a darker phase. I don't think it's a permanent phase. It could be a week where you feel a little bit down or grumpy. You could be picking up on some vibes from twin, but I also do feel you could be picking up on no, you're ready for change. Okay. So if it's snappiness, if it's revelations, it's almost like, why am I picking up the pieces for everyone? And it's not just to do with your twin flame path. It's also to do with your own spiritual rights where you're putting your foot down. This can be with your kids, your family, friends. Do you get what I'm saying? There's irritability. You just want some peace and quiet and shut mouth. I can't remember the movie. I think it was The Invisible Man, and the hamburger starts talking, and it's like, I've got a wife and 3 pickles. So, your bottom level, this is what's coming. Like I said, I've been saying this to the twins lately. You should be very careful what you ask for. There is going to be an offer coming. If you have been on the fence, it can be with an individual that's going to come towards you. This is living together with a partner. Very traditional in nature. It's going to go slow. Doesn't have to go fast. Even though marriage to me is fast. You're going to have the spiritual connection. You'll know when it's right. You'll know how fast to go. And it is going to be a happily ever after. This is what's coming up for you. Be open to it. Keep your high vibe. You could have a week of irritability. This person is thinking about marriage. But you definitely are open to a connection that is going to go further than it has so far. So it does show me that how could I put it? Your life is ready for a commitment. Love you, lady. Take care.